about the molecular formula of the various compounds as well as the uses of elements and the compound. So let's see. First we will see the various compounds which are present in the gaseous form with their formula. So let's see the compound with their formula. Carbon dioxide, CO2. Carbon monoxide, CO. Sulfur dioxide, SO2. Sulfur trioxide, SO3. Ammonia, NH3. Hydrogen sulfide, H2S. Nitrogen dioxide, NO2. Nitric oxide, NO. Nitrous oxide, N2O. After the gaseous compound, the next is metallic compound. As we know, when metal reacts or combines with the oxygen, there is a formation of oxide, especially metallic oxides. So let's see some names of the metallic oxides as well as their formula. So first, magnesium oxide. Formula is MgO. Zinc oxide, ZnO. Iron oxide, FeO. Lead oxide, PbO. So as we saw, all the elements containing their name as well as the oxygen atoms, it shows they are present in the form of oxide. When metallic elements reacts or gets combined with the sulfide, there is a formation of metallic sulfide. And the metallic sulfide examples are magnesium sulfide, that is MgS, calcium sulfide, CaS, iron sulfide, Fes, copper sulfide, Cus, zinc sulfide, Zns, and lead sulfide, Pbs. As we know, the formula of the compounds, formula of the various molecules help us to show some information. So what actually formula shows us? So let's see. For example, carbon dioxide. The formula of carbon dioxide is CO2. So it shows that it contains the carbon dioxide, one molecule contains one carbon atom and two oxygen atom, and we can find the one molecule mass by adding the mass of the carbon and the mass of the oxygen atoms together. It shows that formula helps us to find the mass of the compound or mass of the molecule, as well as we can understand which atoms are present in the compound. So we can conclude the importance of formula are, it gives us information about type of element present in the compound. Second, number of each kind of atoms in one molecule of the compound. Third, ratio of different types of atoms present in the molecules. And last, mass of one molecule of the compound we can find very easily with the help of given formula. Our next topic is uses of various elements and the compound. So as we know, there are various elements and various compounds present in our surrounding and which we are using in our day-to-day life. So according to the property of the element or a compound, it has their own uses. So based on their property, there are different uses for each element and the compound. So let's see them with the help of examples in our day-to-day life. Example of a pen. In this example, it is made of the iron or it may be of the steel, and the handle is always provided with the ebonite or the plastic. So there is some particular reason to use this different material for this thing. Why? Because iron or steel, they are the good conductor of heat. our chapatis very quickly by using this metal. But we should not get harm, or our hand should not burn. So it is used here the plastic handle. And as we know, plastic is a bad conductor of the heat. So it is used here to avoid the harm to us. So it shows that metals are the good conductor of heat and the plastic is a bad conductor of the heat. Gold, silver, platinum, these are the metals. They have the shiny surface, or they are lustrous in the nature. So they are useful for making the different jewelry. For example, the ring, the silver ring. Another example is the jewelry from the gold. So we can tell the gold, silver, platinum are used to make the jewelries. Next, copper and aluminium. As we know, copper is a good conductor of electricity. So copper is used in the electrical wires as a conductor of electricity. As well as we are using the many utensils of copper and the aluminium in our day-to-day life. They are malleable in nature, so we can make the sheets of these metals and we can use for our purposes. Some examples of the copper utensils are, this is made up of the copper and we are using in our day-to-day life. The example of aluminium utensil is the utensils of aluminium which we are using in our kitchen. Copper can mix with the other metal like zinc and tin to form the mixtures brass and bronze, and they are more durable and more stronger than the copper. Brass and bronze are used to make the statues, door knobs, taps, door handles, utensils and machine parts. The example of brass is this utensil we are using in our kitchen. It is made up of the mixture of copper and zinc. It is of brass. Iron is most useful metal among all the metal, and it is heavy, stronger and easily available to us. By using the iron, we can make heavy tools or the machine parts. Next, diamond. Diamond is a form of the carbon and which is the hardest form of the carbon. The diamond, pure diamond is used as a gem or used in the attractive jewelry. As well as the impure diamond is used to cut the glass. Graphite. Graphite can mark the white paper black. So due to this, it is used to make the leads of the pencil. As we know, this is a pencil. The lead is made up of the graphite. As well as the leads of the pencil, which are also made up of the graphite. Coal, wood, natural gas. As they burn, they are producing the energy, and so that they are used as a fuel. And fuel produces heat energy as well as light energy. Next, water. Water is known as a universal solvent. As we know, water is playing important role in plants as well as in the animal's body. The water is also useful while preparing the solutions in the medicinal industries. And there are various uses of water in our day-to-day life. Plastic is a non-conductor and it is used as an insulator. So due to this property, plastic is used in the coating of the electrical wires. So as we saw, the outer layer of this electrical wire is made up of the plastic, because the plastic is an insulator and we cannot get any harm due to electrical current. The other uses of plastics are, it is used to make the unbreakable utensils as well as shoes, bags, balls, bats and many things. Sand is a compound which is used to make the glass. Next, argon and neon. Argon and neon are the inert gases and they are used in the electrical bulb. They feed in an electrical bulb due to their inert nature and they are not reacting with the tungsten filaments present inside the bulb and they are avoiding the destruction of that bulb. Such a way we discuss the various elements and their uses.